It wasn't an easy journey, but it was a journey that I always had the four-leggeds to protect me when I wasn't incapable of protecting myself, and also had the four-leggeds to protect me when I was suffering from the disease of addiction and alcoholism. At the age of 25, I walked into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, July 29, 1985, and my life changed. And through that change, I was able to then evolve at a much higher level and become a rescuer of the wild ones in the city for SPCA, animal control, people, people, just homeowners, and, a lot of cats stuck in trees, parrots, iguanas. These are all animals that I either took out of trees or rescued in some form or fashion. And back in the early 90s, I was asked to come rescue this four-legged furry, and I ended up with Kiva, my great timber wolf. And that's where I realized that it was something that I needed to bring back to the community, to educate the people about, why nature is so important, the two-leggeds.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. Wow. Hold on.
You have a tour today, don't you?
No.
It's beautiful.
No, we couldn't. We can't. Yeah, but you can't. It would have been fun. Here, let me make a phone call. I text my neighbors sometimes because they have dogs and they have Snoopy watches. And as soon as they're out,
Yeah.
they come.
Oh, I see.
But there's two of ours that cannot meet at the fence with them. Hi, Lori. For some reason, my texts are not going through. I just wanted to know if we could come out with the wolves between 9 and 11, if that was okay with you. Because the dogs just hear mine and they just come running to play. But I've got two that don't play nicely. So, thanks a lot. Let me know. Bye-bye. Puppy, puppy, puppy! Hi! Say good morning. Now, Dakota is the dad, and he's the leader of the pack. When he comes down, they'll settle down. He's waiting to see if it's safe. Say hi. Let them smell your knuckles.
Okay.
You never give your digits to anything with teeth. No fingers, just knuckles.
Just knuckles.
Yeah. So the higher the tail, the higher the pack ranking. The lower the tail, the lower the pack ranking. The more relaxed tail are the pack leaders. And that's the other pack leader.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
So we're gonna go in with him. This is Paul. He's our founder. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna go sit. He does.
I'm an arborist by trade. That's what pays for all
that's
this.
Awesome. I love that.
You've heard of Tree King Tree Service in
Yeah.
LA? I own that
Oh,
company.
fantastic.
That's what I do for a living. I
Yeah,
own my own
you're-
forest within the forest.
I love that.
To live here with them. Well, I built the forest for them and for me, really. Huh? You guys want to go eat some squirrels?
You always go out with some gear, in case anything happens. So I have whistle. They're whistle trained. I'm gonna carry the leads just in case. This one is a jumper, so she's the only one that has a collar on. Because it'll keep her. It lets her know she's under control, so that she doesn't skip the fence.
Right.
And these guys are gonna go out and run with Dad.
All right.
All right, so be free.
Dakota always takes a dump in the bushes. The rabbits and the squirrels are already making nests in these piles.
Let's go.
Let's go, guys.
Let's go. Coda. Shanoa. Come on.
What we've done with them is just socialize them to people. So we introduce them to people as young as, especially with the puppies that were born to us. We had children come over and bottle feed them, even though it wasn't necessary. But the first things that they saw and heard were two-leggeds, were those people. So it socialized them to trust human beings and to love meeting them. And that's why we can do what we can do here.
Right. Yeah, in order to take a wild animal and give it that kind of a upbringing means that they have to trust you as you have to trust them. And that comes through spirit, through heart energy, through a level of trust that in order for them to do what they do so you can be and participate in their world up close and personal, that's the only way you can do it with a wild animal. And the purpose of it was just so you can do exactly what you're doing right now, where you can go for a walk with them, you can sit with them, you're literally in their den with them right now. Our furniture is their dens, you see.
You as a founder, as an educator, both of you, what do you feel like the greatest takeaway is for an individual?
Our mission is to educate, not eradicate. These animals are still endangered. And because of the misunderstanding of their true nature that is centuries old and that is being passed down and now being passed down as propaganda in order to protect certain special interests and industries that do not want to share the land with wild animals.
To take a keystone species that is the keystone center of the ecosystem in our environment, no matter how you want to look at it or how you want to deny it or how you want to accept it, the wolf is the keystone species of the environment, of Mother Earth, of the forest, of nature. He sits right in the middle. And in order to continue to have the human beings and the four-legged furries, the creepy crawlers, the wiggler squigglers, the wingeds, all to survive at a higher level than where they were, if you eradicate the wolf, you eradicate all of nature, including humans. And then you need a shot of the graphics on the front fender, the tank, and the rear fender. My ex-wife introduced me to Colette.
Oh, wow.
At their spiritual center. Yeah.
That's gratuitous.
While I was on my motorcycle. So she really found my motorcycle and fell in love with that first. So. By doing that, I went to the nursery, got her a bunch of flowers, planted her a garden, you know. Cast the line, hook the hook, and it took
Happy birthday to me.
Yeah, and you know that reeling, you know how you want to reel the fish in. I got another one. And I'm just like, hey, you know.
We were friends
predator.
for about a month because I don't do married, you know.
Right.
But we had similar stories about how our marriages ended. So I felt bad for him that day.
Well, you can
Really?
answer it. It was.
I wasn't scared. I just felt bad for you.
So the two dogs that come to the fence to play with them, if they ever came on the other side of the fence,
They'll fight.
They'll fight. Okay.
That's why they're separated. I've I've had to separate. Imagine being at the gym doing 120-pound flies with dumbbells.
Yeah.
Okay, I had him and him each in a hand,
Oh, wow.
hollering at Colette, "Open the fucking!" Seriously.
Yeah.
What kind? Table.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, good, Kachina.
Here. Come on. Up. Good boy. There's my big whoa. There's my big whoa. Yeah, this is an emotional part of it for me. Yeah, they saved my life. Growing up as a kid, I was just very dyslexic, and because of that, I was called stupid and retarded and dumb and all that stuff, and kicked out of school. And my sanctuary was the forest. Drugs and alcohol were a big part of my life. You know, I got kicked out of high school at the age of 18. 2 weeks later, got arrested for growing marijuana, lots of it. 1978, it's a big deal. And I had a choice. The powers to be gave me a choice: get a job or go to prison. And you know, being so dyslexic, I couldn't even, fill out a job application. The only place I knew where to go was McDonald's, because they were one of the sponsors of the baseball teams I played on, and I was really good in baseball. I'm, an all-star 12 out of the 13 years I played. And the sad part was, when I went to ask for a job, they gave me an application to fill out and some food to eat, and I was so embarrassed that I couldn't read the application. I snuck out of the restaurant and left the food there too. And the animals are the ones that saved me. I had to go back home, and the only place I knew where to go was back outside. And the forest couldn't give me a job, but it gave me enough courage to go and knock on neighbors' doors to ask if I could mow their lawns, and clean their yards. And, in 1978, that was where Tree Service was born. I from there evolved into becoming an arborist by trade. And it wasn't an easy journey, but it was a journey that I always had the four-leggeds to protect me when I wasn't incapable of protecting myself.
Yeah. Love, this is beautiful here. Really nice.
This is where we do our big program.
This is where we do the drug and alcohol recovery program meetings. This is where we do the educational meetings.
Oh my goodness, you don't want to work? Do you have a big tummy? Let's see, if he doesn't want this, then he's got a tummy ache.
Yeah, he took a big goofy. Like I'm going to bring it up one more time because it's passionate to me. Others know about it, but nobody's ever taken it and made it happen. Is the Me and My Shadow. And then what's tied into that is Diaries of a Wolf Mom, Colette's book. And it's our story. It's her story, my story, and then our story. Me and My Shadow is how Shadow and I came together. Based on, 19 years ago, losing my recovery, giving up my recovery because I wanted to be with Kiva. And Kiva was 9, she turned 9 years old, and that was in the year 2000. And, we had this amazing journey. She was a big gray timber wolf. She allowed me to put her in front of people. I learned a lot. She was unspayed, and I needed to have her spayed, and took her to the vet, and the vet killed her on the table, over-anesthetized her, because we've learned since then that you got to be very careful with the wild ones and conventional, man-made medicines. They will check out. And Kiva checked out. She left. Prior to Kiva, actually, I had a hybrid. It was a wolf husky mix that I rescued out of the Angeles forest. Very sick.
Wolf dog.
Wolf dog, very sick. That was in the early 80s. And, the veterinarians, they would just think I was nuts. But, I brought her to a vet that I knew, and he treated her for parvo. Her name was Panda. And she was amazing. She lived. She lived. And, time expires with the four-leggeds with us.
Way
they're not-
too fast.
Way too fast.
Boy, go say hi. Go say hi. Yeah. Wowie zowie. Wowie zowie. You go for a walk or you gonna pee? He's like, I'm gonna say hi. All right, gonna go for a walk? Who's that? Who's that?
Paul, can you grab on top of the fridge are his treats, the little brown ones?
That's what he's doing. There you go, buddy. Okay.
This undercoat helps keep them protected up to 60 below temperatures. Shall we give this to the birds? All the bird nests we find have wolf hair. It's very soft.
The more people understand how vital, and the quicker they get how vital our predators are in the oceans and on our land, the faster that we can help with their contribution in the wild and to keep them from killing them. They lost their federal protections in a 5-state area, and those states are hunting them again every single year, and those policies are even getting worse now. So we still have the same population of wolves in our country that we had in 2012, and it's now 2020. A female that traveled 8,700 miles, and when you see a lone wolf in the wild, they're looking for a mate. They're not looking for mayhem. And she was shot and killed after taking this journey just to find a mate in the state of California, where they are protected here. And so unless they're allowed to proliferate and to expand and to grow, and giving them and building them corridors to get through livestock areas and to get to areas in the higher country where they can heal those forests, unless we help them get to where they can do the most good, they're going to be killed before they're allowed to do that. And that's what's happening in this country right now. To give you perspective, we have 5,000 coyotes just in Los Angeles County.
Just in the county of Los Angeles.
We have the same number of coyotes in Los Angeles County as we have
Yeah,
wolves all over the United States.
All over 50 states.
And they're protected. And yet they want to take and remove the protections of the wolves.
Yo, tell him I'm the one.
So the younger ones will get jealous like that?
It's a male thing.
Yeah.
In the wild, they have a lot more space. He wants to give you kisses, so you have to let him.
Love your smell.
That old saying goes, you're only done when the wolf says he's done.
Where is the wolf? She comes with thunder and lightning. And where lies the fox? In the grass, somewhere hiding. No, she's in your eyes. You held her in your eyes. Where lies the serpent? Her movement so stealth-like. fangs in your ankles, and it's not the first bite. She's in your eyes. You held her in your eyes.
The colors of the people of the world are in the medicine wheel. Now, how the ancient indigenous people knew that they were black people.
Black, white, red, yellow. Mother Earth, green, heart, blue, Father Sky. Arrowhead pointing downhill represents that I come in peace.
And as the poison casts its spell on you, the sleep that comes on you like a dare.